The Sun, our closest star, the giver of life and the destroyer of worlds. The star at the center of our galactic sanctuary, the solar system, is an almost perfect sphere of hot plasma with internal motion that generates an enormous magnetic field. The Sun is by far the most important source of energy for life here on Earth. Its diameter is a staggering 1.4 million kilometers, 864,000 miles, or 109 times that of Earth. Its mass is around 330,000 times that of Earth, and accounts for over 99.9% of the total mass of the solar system. The enormous effect of the Sun on Earth has been recognized since prehistoric times, and the Sun has been regarded by some cultures as a deity. The daily rotation of the Earth and its orbit around the Sun are the basis of solar calendars, one of which is the predominant calendar we use today. The Sun is a G-type main sequence star based on its spectral class. It is informally referred to as a yellow dwarf, although its light is closer to white than yellow. Our star formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of matter within a region of a large stellar nursery, commonly referred to as a nebula. Most of this matter gathered in the center, whereas the rest flattened into an orbiting disk that became the solar system. The central mass became so hot and dense that it eventually initiated nuclear fusion in its core. It is thought that almost all stars form by this process. And by this process, it's also accepted that at the time of the Sun's demise, it will expand large enough to destroy all the inner planets of the solar system, including Earth. Without the Sun, there would be no complex life on Earth. Some forms of life may survive without starlight, but are limited to their conditions, provided there's enough heat and chemical energy, but could possibly never evolve into higher developed life forms. The Sun and all the stars in the universe truly are the mothers of life. In the Northern Hemisphere, the Sun is observed rising from the east on a southward arc through the southern sky until setting in the west, observed as clockwise motion across the sky. But in the Southern Hemisphere, something rather strange happens. The Sun still rises in the east and sets in the west, but instead of proceeding into the southern sky, the Sun, observed from the Southern Hemisphere, arcs around the northern sky, observed as an anti-clockwise motion. This global observation of the Sun is one of the founding principles of the heliocentric and globe model. There is but no other possible explanation other than the Earth is a globe orbiting the Sun. Thanks to the unconstrained spread of the internet, denial of the basic science of our place in the universe has been able to propagate into a fully fledged belief system, believing that the Earth is flat. This grossly uninformed belief has been born out of ignorance and confusion, sold to the uneducated as a way to feel important and special. The problem with uninformed science denial is that one doesn't even understand what it is he is denying. Science is a long and extremely unforgiving process that takes patience and diligence. The modern science denier believes that science makes hasty conclusions about the world around us. Science doesn't decide that the sun will rise tomorrow because it rose today. Science will observe the sun rise for a week, a month, or even a year before making that conclusion, so that then, and only then, science can state and publish the fact of where, when, how, and why the sun will rise tomorrow.